Hello everyone, my name is Wendy Hagin. I have been teaching Chinese at Hagin Elementary School for 10 years, and I teach K through 5. I have also been teaching for 5 years at Whatcom Community College, and I teach first year Chinese. Today, my topic is backward design. Keep the outcomes in sight. So, what is the backward design? With the backward design, instructors identify desired results. So, that is the outcomes. So, set the outcomes and keep that in sight. And then determine acceptable evidence. That is finding what are the success criteria. That is designing the assessments. And then plan learning experiences and instructions. That is designing the lesson plans and the teaching the learning activities. It sounds simple, a very simple flow. But the first few years of my teaching, I really struggled to find that flow. I feel like my lessons were isolated from each other. And I felt that the more lessons I taught, the more scattered I felt. And I really wanted to find something concise and simple to keep all the lessons together. And then one summer, I attended a Star Talk workshop. Donna Clemente shared a template. And it has a lot of pieces I was hoping for, but I found that template was too complicated, it has like 3 or 4 pages. So I modified Donna's template and eventually it evolved into this. I liked to have a unit plan that has everything on one page. It has a theme and a topic. It could be multiple themes because a unit, and the main context, essential question for the whole unit, and number of lessons, and then the learning target, that's the one we keep in sight, successful criteria, and here will be the functions, structures, patterns, priority, vocabulary. Those are the contents, really the language contents. And then culture, product, practice, perspective. These are, again, it doesn't have a lot of details. It's just enough that have an overview of the whole lesson. And also that connected with the world language teaching standards really is all the 5 C are in this, the communication, culture, and here's connection, how to connect to the other subjects, comparison to your own culture and the community. And here the lesson layouts, how many lessons does it need to complete? And then the goals of each lesson. Again here, then from here, I'll be writing lesson plans. And then assessments. So here again, it's the communication in our world language teaching standards. That interpretive tasks, presentational, interpersonal, and I'll list it right here. Here, that's another thing I really like, that materials and resources needed. So for me, that you might modify this yourself too. So how do you teach usually things you use? That stories, songs, or other videos I might need, and handouts that I might need. PowerPoints, I use a lot of flip charts, the active inspire flip charts to teach. So the kind of flip charts I need to create, or if you teach TCI, in what kind of pictures you need. Let's take a look at some examples so that I will show you through the process of how I use this template to design units. At the end of each unit, my students will always make a project. They decide on the format. It could be a book, a song, a rhyme, a skit, a video, as long as they can demonstrate their learning. They decide in what format. So this student made a book. These are some pages in the book. So this one, 你喜欢什么动物？我不喜欢猴子，我喜欢飞羊。我不喜欢飞羊。So from these information, that even if I forgot which unit this is from, I can tell that it's the unit about animals or even zodiac animals. And here it says 飞 as action word 飞 in it, so I know it has the action words and sports. And the sentence structure, there's the question 你喜欢什么动物 and the answer 我喜欢 the statement. This is the same student. 这是什么动物？这是老鼠。老鼠会游泳。So the same question and the first statement is the same. That then the second statement is 会 and 游泳。会 is a new sentence structure in here. And 游泳 sports. 你喜欢什么动物？我喜欢马。So again, demonstrated the learning of animal and the question, the sentence structure of question and statement. So how did the students get here? How did they learn this and to demonstrate this? That at the beginning of the lesson, I don't know what their project will look like, but I do know what I want for the outcomes. So this unit does have two themes. One is zodiac animals, and then action, words, and hobbies. I know a new structure I'm adding is I can something. And the main context, I often put some key sentence structures here to remind me that's the goal sentences. So 这是猴子，我喜欢猴子，猴子会跳. And these include a lot of key information for this unit. Essential question. How to write a good essential question. There's a lot of learning in this one, but that's a different topic. But it is important to have essential question. So that also guide me thinking, especially thinking how to include culture pieces that incorporate cultural content in my lessons. So here my essential question is, how do cultures influence how we exercise? The learning target, so about the animals and the action words and those in details, and also the sentence structure, like and don't like, can or cannot. And then so it's a can-do statement. Discuss likes or dislikes, can or cannot do something. Success criteria or measurable details for the outcomes. So students can identify animals. Students can identify common actions. Students can state animal names, can state common actions. So very detailed specifically how the way to measure. And function. And that's, again, it's a summary of the things they could do. And here the sentence structures are listed, primary vocabulary. And those are the main ones. During the lesson, there are actual words, actual structures that they're always their actual learning, but these are the main structures and vocabulary, the ones that I need to measure. So culture, again, connecting the 5 C's, that's culture. So culture product, that for me, for zodiac animals, and zodiac signs and symbols. For actions and sports, that 毽子 and the ping pong table or other. It's just here's some I want if I thought something later, I just add on to it and practice the some videos or pictures of morning exercise, 广场舞、课间操, or dances, and perspectives, how Chinese people think that the ways exercise, the benefits of exercise in the morning or the evening, and the yin and the yang connection, the balance, and the high intensity exercise or gentle exercise. And those, I hope those will come up, or students will eventually in our discussions, hopefully they will come to some of this understanding. And connections, so the other C's, connection to PE, school sports, and in our town there's a huge event called a Ski to See comparison, compare school sports or after school sports in US and China, or with their own family, and daily exercise habits and their family exercise habits. I'm hoping that we'll be showing some videos of from the authentic materials that from China, and students will make connections and comparisons. Community, that's one piece that it's often harder for me to do because of mainly because of time, that how I incorporate that into the lesson, into teaching. Lesson layouts. So here, so again, it's a one-page overview. I'm hoping to fit everything in this one page, that there's no details about lesson layouts here, but it's just my planning of, because it consists 2 units here. So for zodiac animals, that I plan to take 3 weeks to learn. And then action, words, and hobbies, 2 weeks. And other projects, and 2 weeks, and presentation 1 week. And then I have another template for lesson, also is a 1-page template, that I will, actually 2 more templates. I have another template planned out for the week, and I list out the dates for each day, that the main goal for within that unit will that be. So here I said that for this 10 weeks, that each day I will list the main goal. So that will be another small backward design. And then for each day, there is a lesson plan. So assessment, again, divided into interpretive, presentational, and interpersonal. I'm not going to read those in details. This part, that materials and resources, this part I move a lot. I change a lot. So during the teaching, actually, I keep revise this template. I keep this, I print it out, have a hard copy, but I also come back to revise this. So I list the things I need, and things I already have, and often on this column now, I list things I still need to. Let's take a look at another unit. So this time we'll look at a unit first, and then we look at some students' projects. So this one is also a 2 themes combined, family and the fruit. And some of my key sentence structures are 苹果好吃，我要苹果，爸爸要橘子. So that will prompt me to know the contents. Essential question, could food from one culture be healthier than another's? Again, the learning targets, the can-do statements. And success criteria are details that for are how to measure each item. Functions, main structures of patterns, and priority vocabulary. So here are the family members and the fruits. But there could be a lot of optional learnings too. Culture, that some pictures and videos of Chinese markets, our family, and practices. How do people in China address each other? Um, and I'm thinking that eating fruits, maybe I'll show some videos or pictures of that people are eating apple, but there's apple peels on the side, and how it just that see what people students think, and the perspective on sons and daughters, and also in like 30 years ago or 50 years ago and now, what's the difference? The yin and yang properties of food and fruits. So connections here that I teach in the IB school. So there are different grade levels. They have the program of inquiry. And I know that is how we're connected to some of their units, how we organize ourselves. And I know they'll be talking about family, how we are more the same than different, and children around the world. Again, those are talking about different family cultures. How we address siblings and names, again, compared to their own family. Community, and that's another thing, that's my goal of that area I need to work on, how to do more communities in my teaching. The lesson layouts. Again, this is just a brief structure of how I plan for the family, that the subunit, how long would that take, and then some of the little structures I might use. So it could be 这是我爸爸 or 我有哥哥我没有姐姐. So these are remind me, and I'll take 3 weeks. And for fruit at 3 weeks, and also these are some of the structures that I will be using in that unit, and then combine them for 1 week. And students will be working on projects for 2 weeks and a 1 week presentation. So again, this is one template, one page, write this out, and then the other page. Okay, let's have a look at that second template. Actually, it's more of a scope and sequence, not a really template. That this is one of the years from the beginning of school year. This is the unit of family and that fruit. So I plan out all the dates, and then so for first and second grade, 3, 4, and 5th, I do differently, and some details are different, even though anyway. So here for family there are 3 weeks to work on, and then for fruits there are 2 weeks, and then these keywords will prompt me to know that these are the key structures we'll be working on. Again, based on these, I will be writing a lesson plan so for each cell here will be a lesson plan. And then as the weeks goes on, you see that I did a lot modifications, and I keep the records of my changes. Even though this is a couple years ago, I will still remember, okay, I planned this and didn't work, and I changed it into this. So in future, if I do these units again, I will remember my changes and reflect on all of those. Okay, we're back to the unit design template. So the lesson layout, and then you saw the scope and sequence, and then there will be lesson plans. So summative assessments tasks. And then also you can see the materials and resources. Again, I keep that available, and I write down this, adjust this all the time. And here, songs and stories, links I might need, handouts or other materials as you need to work on. Now let's look at some the students' projects to make.
Me hotel, me hotel, me hotel hotel。我喜欢苹果柠檬，柠柠柠柠桃。Me hotel, me hotel, me hotel hotel。我喜欢苹果柠檬，柠柠柠柠桃。菠萝蜜这里，我不喜欢柠檬。我要酸梅，不要草莓，黑莓西瓜。猕猴桃，猕猴桃，猕猴橘子桃。我喜欢苹果柠檬，柠柠柠柠桃。猕猴桃，猕猴桃，猕猴橘子桃。我喜欢苹果柠檬，好吃好吃不好吃，我要我要我不要。我喜欢柠檬香蕉，我有黑面猕猴桃，好吃酸梅和苹果，我喜欢葡萄菠萝。猕猴桃，猕猴桃，猕猴桃，猕猴桃，好吃。
This concludes my presentation. I will attach the template to this presentation. I hope you will find it helpful. Please feel free to share your opinions and questions or even your ideas. Thank you. Happy teaching.